Welcome back, guys, to the ESL Pro League Asian Close Qualifier. It seems like. But however, FengDa take the opening pistol. And we've got my favorite weapon, the lovely Tech 9s. I've got my co-caster with me, Wix. For now. We got my favorite weapon, Wix, today. We got the Tech 9s out already.
And, you know, good news, if you're a FengDa fan here, winning that pistol on CT is crucial as FengDa trying to force his way up long. Is successful so far, finds the opener, but now Eagles here, Strider spray, can't transfer. Short's taken, that's pop on, and that might be play up. Damio low, trying to do something about it.
Yeah, he's got the B play to
down
worry
on
about.
Short. That's the key issue here, Josh.
Ooh, almost by Damio there. He went for the full 180, trying to get that clutch, and yeah, I guess that overall, I think that short hold was just so crucial by FengDa. That 2k with the MP9 just pretty much ended it.
Yeah, I just don't know if they needed to brute force and split like that before U2 was up. They had a couple smokes picked up, but I just don't think Short was on the same page. If you get that opener, you don't need to go so fast. They had time. But too late now. Got to lick your wounds. Got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off. Get going here with the Glocks. But it's awful if you are Housebets. I mean, the Glocks in Banana, it's always going to be tough from the get-go. These MP9 shred through the non-Kevlar players. And, well, as we touched on pre-game, Josh, CT side, you go 4-0, 5-0 down. You're in a world of trouble in terms of your economy, but they're 3-0 up here. Economy looking fantastic, but this is going to be a very interesting first buy. Certainly not a must-win for Housebets here, but it would be great to win just to see number one go on the top of the board.
Yeah, definitely. Also got to say as well, the HE grenade still was absolutely massive. They did so much damage to Banana, and they've done it again. They've taken down APOC, a double nade towards Logs. And now, FengDa can just chill and relax. They're playing very aggressive though into apps.
Well, you got to get up close and personal with these MP9s, and, well, apps is probably the best place to do it on the entirety of the map. That being said, I think Housebets are pretty aware of that possibility as, well, they're just going to go Banana again. They're going to use the flashbang to try and get in the sight. I think Damio might have seen the elbow of Chen King. The break of the smoke. P5P in trouble. PSP cracking console, if that's what you want to call it. But what isn't cracking right now is Housebets. They are once again find themselves in a 1vx, this time 1 versus 4. The double push from these MP9s would love an upgrade on the SMG. They're going to get it. The AKs are going to be picked up from Banana, and FengDa are loving life right now.
Yeah, not to mention they won the round, but not to mention they got the rifle upgrades. They didn't have to buy anything for it. Like I say, for Housebets overall, it's just, how do you not break the B site? You know that the players on top are oranges. That means the second player is either going to be Coffins or CT. And, yeah, like, I'm just not entirely too sure. Like, how do they not figure that one out? And PSP just basically farmed. They all lined up for him perfectly from CT. It was a free K. Very easy.
Well, we saw it. We seen the fact that Housebets did send all 5 players to Banana. They gave up map control, and FengDa just slowly took bits of the map, got all the info. So that makes your B-site players' lives even easier. Yes, there's only 2 of them, but they know the hit is coming imminently, and that helps you a lot. They put down the smoke, Housebets have to break it, and it costs them. And look, you can see here again, FengDa more than happy to give up Banana control here, understanding the econ, understanding that it's probably going to be a half fight. Tech 9s, Mac 10s possibly, and now they're sending it. Retake's already been called here.
I'm a bit surprised that FengDa has just given the side up to Housebets here. Like, I know it's a half buy, but you don't want to give him a bomb plant, because that's a potential better buy for the next round, even if they lose. Like, they had a pretty, like, they had a man advantage as well, so I'm a bit surprised that they didn't go for the crossfires, because now these Tech 9s do what the Tech 9s do best, is just go up to players and just smash them in the face. That's what pretty much they do.
Yeah, now you got to try and retake with Tech 9s in your face. Not the recipe, really, that you tend to see traditionally. But Eagle is going to stick the defuse. The Tech 9s cannot prevail. And, well, if you all just W key at the same time, Josh, it seems B-side's very easy to retake.
Yeah, like I said, and funnily enough, Inferno B site, you know, you're thinking it's actually one of the hardest sites to retake in the game, other than Dust 2 B site. It's the second highest that people just save or just don't bother.
And just to add on as well, the fact that they get the bomb plant allows PZ to get their AWP out. Also, if Housebets don't win this round and they don't get a bomb plant, as long as a couple players get a couple kills or at least one kill in this round, they're going to have a bye regardless in round 7. So yeah, but Housebets now, you can't be thinking about econ at this point. You have to be thinking about when the next round win, when your first round win's going to come through. This is the Housebets map pick, and they are in a world of trouble early. Okay, it's only 5-0, but it's more so, look at the frags here, Josh. 3 for APOC done, 0 for Drops, 4 for Damio, 2 for PZ, and I mean, look at the left-hand side. It's chalk and cheese.
Yeah, pretty much it. And I was also going to say, it does question what I mentioned earlier about why you're picking Inferno. You're picking Inferno into a Chinese team, particularly that probably play Inferno every day in Pug, so probably a risky pick overall. And, basically FengDa is showing, how strong they are in Inferno. Like, the utility damage has been really, really high. They've got a couple of Kobe's, both on buy rounds and non-buy rounds. And also, they have a variety of setups. Like, they can put you into apartments. They can, basically do A long hold. They can retake B as well. 3GL here, the AWPer for FengDa, just making sure no one's coming A. B-side defense for FengDa, though, is very passive. Both players at either Fountain or New Box. Housebets Vision just looking around, just trying to keep these players on A. Rotation has occurred already, but they're going to fake back to A, and they can might time this perfectly. Drops, hitting with the short shield, spots the elbow, but 3GL gets the opening pick. Flash is going to be thrown in. 3GL's going to be very careful because they know he's here now. Buck Buick is going to do a big job here at Pit because he's the only one that can really fend it off with the rifle and try to feed kills to his AWPer. Because if he goes down, it's pretty much curtains. But they're just gonna...
Yeah, in 5 seconds, they've got no time. They've got absolutely no time. They were really relying on brute forcing their way up long like they did in round 2. And, well, the AWP was sitting there lying in wait for them. And it looked on the radar one of the worst possible times to rotate there as Housebets were leaving Banana. But the AWP held strong on long. Housebets understood, well, if we haven't taken long here, short's going to be covered as well. You don't have the utility to molly Pit, to get out apps. It's always going to be difficult. Just taking things one round at a time here. Have to go for the safe. But now, well, this is the point in a game where you have yet to pick up a round, and you do start to have the little demons come into your head and say, well, when are you going to get your first one?
I feel like that last round I really should have just zugged in particular. Because you just need to get around the board at this stage, and you just need to gamble for it. Like, you need to, send the 4 players in, player contact play in particular, because at the moment, with the style that they're playing, they're just getting picked off bit by bit, and PZ gets cleaned up by FengDa there, and at this point, you just gotta try something else, or essentially just go at them at this stage, because otherwise they're just picking you apart, dropping back, and they've shown so far, FengDa, that they can play deep. And 3GL's already got 2 kills so far. That was a bad flash, and he should be punished. Oh, still alive somehow. Gets a third, traded out. Great trading from FengDa.
Yeah, fantastic trading. And again, I don't like to talk down or badly on teams, but I don't really understand that opening duel with the AWP from Boiler. It feels a little bit too desperate, way too early. This is not a best of 1. Okay, you can, be unhappy that you're losing on your map pick here, but we're only 6 rounds in. A 6-6 is possible. Even, honestly, at this point, if you're Housebets, you probably accept an 8-4, but now you're 7-0 down. And, yeah, I just think Housebets are really strong. And it's credit to FengDa. Housebets are just really struggling to find an advantageous opening duel. That's what it feels like right now. If it's not the AWP, it's something up close and personal in short, or something from Moto in long. It just doesn't feel
I think they've
in
only
sync
won.
for Housebets. I don't know if that's the right word.
I think they've only won one opening duel, maybe two opening duels. And the funny thing is, Marik's not actually in this game, funnily enough. It's actually one of their players they played with Open in Shenking, so Marik is actually probably coaching most likely.
I'm not one to speculate, but could that potentially also be part of the reason why we were delayed? It could have been
maybe.
player issue, substitute has to come in. I don't know. We'll give you guys the news at home when we get it, if we get it.
I don't know. Shenking used to play for FengDa back in the ESL Open. So I think he's one of the actual players. So they put Marik into coaching most likely. But I guess overall, like with FengDa as well, they've got really good utility setups as well. Like the HE grenade's waiting for it.
Chenking does get out alive some way, somehow. Does take a tick of damage, 22 in total. But once again, it's Housebets taking Banana, and now they have to try and bait out all of this util from the 2B players. A nice little pop flash here, ready for Chenking if the exec does come through, but 55 seconds left on our clock. Housebets do not need to go just yet, but they do have to retake map control here towards bracket side of A. And once again, it's FengDa, just happy to play from Pit, happy to play from Moto, and hope that an A split doesn't come through from Apps. And right now, well, it will be coming through from Banana, but it does look like we still have that pop flash ready for Chenking from Coffin, and that's going to be the key here.
Damn yeah, with the AWP. Good smoke. Flashbang's been thrown in. Can they get in? Or they're taking down the Coffin players of Chenking. P5P just trying to soften everyone up. Basically, gonna say, Bleep, X9's gonna just do anything here. Vision trades that takes up P5P. The X9, I think they go through the smoke and try and challenge just off the bomb flight. They try to. Damien's got one. Drox has got the other as well. And it should be a safe call for FreeGL. Don't need to play aggressive here, Housebets. And Housebets have just stolen around.
I would have very much preferred to see FreeGL here go for an exit frag, because 3 surviving is way better for the opponent than 2 surviving. Especially with the way the econ looks right now for Housebets. And FengDa, yes, okay, you don't want to give up the AWP, but you know Housebets currently have an AWP, so they're not going to save it anyway. And your money's sitting really good right now. You've got one of your players nearly on max money, so a slight misplay there. Okay, maybe I am nitpicking, but for me, the value was there to try and find an exit frag. But
yep.
who knows? You know, FengDa could go on and lose. FengDa could go on and lose 3 more rounds here, Josh, and I look silly, so it wouldn't surprise me.
The crucial pick there was Apoc Dud at Coffins with the Tech 9. Because that stopped the crossfire and allowed him to really just funnel in. And P5P was just caught. Like, he couldn't do anything. They couldn't line up for him or anything like that. That's the first sign of, like, positive progress to see from Housebets, because usually they just get grinded down in Banana from HE grenades. And then by the time they hit the site, like, you know, they're already walking wounded or 2 of them already dead. So, once again, controlling Banana. You counter name being thrown in. Oh, geez, Damien being heavily tagged up by his own teammate there.
Yeah, and I've noticed FengDa have used this retake smoke quite a few times here, and they're not really using it. It's more to just slow Housebets down, because Housebets, they have been playing at a pretty slow tempo so far. Most of these rounds have been finished in the last 20-30 seconds or so. But they're not taking it, and I think Housebets are kind of clocking on, because they continuously take top side of Banana, but they were not ready for 3GL to be lying in wait with the AWP. Most of that AWP has been used on the A side, so a quick switch, and they've got first blood once again, and now Housebets have to try and take B.
Also mentioned as well, FreeGL's been really quick on the AWP. Been doing a lot of snapshots and getting a lot of key shots as well. Chenking working the bounce, and what can he do? Oh, so only 1-for-1. Really should have got a second there, I feel. Oh, Vision, he's seen the AWP. The AWP playing snapshots through. The rotations come through as well. Lead X9 taking down Damio as well. The HE grenade as well. Bit of damage. FreeGL just trying to tag a few players up, and it should be easy for Lead X9 there. And FreeGL just cleaning up the remaining players on site. Should be 8 rounds of FengDa.
Yeah, and again, this is best of 3, Josh, but this is not the way Housebets would have dreamed all day about starting this best of 3. The way they would have visioned it is a strong start on T side on their own map pick, and they'd like to be thinking they go 1-0 up here in this best of 3. But now reality hits. FengDa have come to play. I think that's fair to say. And when your opponent, everyone on the opponent's team is fragging out, excluding Chen King, who, to be fair, is the anchor, is the one who is picking up scraps. He hasn't really had to do it because the first hold has been holding on B side.
Not to mention as well, FengDa's been an absolute threat. Not just because he has 11 kills, but he's just putting this powering presence that PZ just can't peek into him. Like, they can't swing into them. They have to be careful on every single angle to have to utility it out because FengDa's just very, very quick on the AWP. And geez, that's a nasty fruit of smoke there. Usually, when you ever go down banana, 9 out of 10 times you don't get hit by, you know, a headshot like that, but it's just not their day at the moment.
That's the worst thing you want to happen to you when you're down 8-1.
Yep.
You've sat in ramp for 50% of the round. As soon as you step around the corner, you get one tap. But Drops cleans out Brick here.
Actually a bit surprised by that because FengDa missed a shot. Chen King with the backstab. Takes an APOC done. That's a good sign at least. Keeps the man advantage. But yeah, like FengDa missed a shot, so very lucky to get away then. FengDa's like this. Like he's just absolutely smashing PZ against the wall.
Well, he knows the other B players push Banana here. He does have an opening to go to B site, and well, literally on command, Drox run straight to B. But again, he knows this player is going to be either on site or Banana. He will not be allowed to plant, I'll tell you that for free. 20 seconds left on the round. Or are they going to allow the plant?
Should be able to plant faster.
They don't know he's on 2 HP, of course, so 1v3 for Drox. Cannot get past Chen King, though. Chen King literally on command again, Josh. Unlike Houdini, picking up the scraps on B site. 2 HP. It was always going to be tough for Drox, but Housebets, again, it's map 1 of best of 3. We're not going to get carried away just yet, but the fact it is Housebets map pick, they are in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, they've got the first time out already, and I'm going to say, yeah, you probably needed it 2 to 3 rounds ago. Yeah, they just can't get past FengDa. They've not won FengDa's only missed 1 or 2 shots this game, and they've not been able to get past him. Like, he gets the opening pick, doesn't get traded out, and there's been a few times where he's been caught out in the open team flash, and he just hasn't been picked off in that regards, and he gets an extra 1 or 2 kills here and there. And they've really got to be able to just handle FengDa or just molly his locations or molly his flashes, because at the moment they're just afraid of every angle that he could potentially be holding it. And it's not because he's holding the obvious angles, he's holding the least obvious angles. Like, for example, he's holding apartments that round. And they're lucky he missed his shot because they weren't expecting that. They were expecting the double peak with only one person just being on the off angle, not the AWPer and the rifler.
Again, easier said than done.
Exactly.
But I would very much like Housebets to play a bit more defaulty. Try and get some info. Try and find out where the 3GL AWP is right now if you can. And if you can't find out where it is, well, you trust APOC, that's cool, and where you go to exec. But right now it kind of just feels like they're stacking and they're just praying that 3GL isn't there right now. On the minimal info, well, they know where the AWP is now after the Vish shot comes through. Vision getting flashed through into short, has good space, but he's under serious trouble. He's trapped in by a Molotov, and now dips out. 3 players for FengDa on this A site because the banana push has come through, and Chen King has fallen, and is that the first sign of some B site woes for FengDa? We'll have to see as this first half comes to a close in the next 2 rounds, but Drops in a really nice position. This is what I'm talking about. You have the information now. You're not getting flanked. And now Housebets should have a clear path through to this bomb site. Jumping around the smoke, entering the matrix. Bomb's going to go down. And this is looking much more positive for the Aussie side.
Yeah, good bomb plant overall. Chen King was just stuck in the B lurk after Damio took down his teammate. And then Damio mollies off middle banana as well, so he can't escape, basically. And And also getting any indication of damage, just basically ending it. But oh, beautiful! What completely dismantles the banana hold on PZ and Apoc done, and now it's just up to Damio and Vision to do anything. Now, Damio needs to get something working. He's at New Box. I know he's here somewhere. Vision. Try to set up for Vision because they'll line up here unless they pick Coffins. They do. Vision and Damio working off each other very well here. Damio just needs to live and just buy time. That's what he needs to do. 1-4-1 so far. Vision does it. That's the round over potentially. Oh no. Vision misses the area. He's got nothing. Oh, gets it up in the end. Great work by Vision, but he'll go down the bomb. And that was on a knife's edge that round there, especially with how beautiful that flash was at the top of Banana by FengDa.
Oh, well, if your house bet's winning that round, it's not let's go, boys. It's more a bit of relief, I would say, because that was looking extremely awkward at one stage after those two Banana players got executed on the initial retake. So
that was such a great flash.
Oh, it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And the fact both players managed to get a kill in that spot is fantastic. Let's get back into round 12 as Damio finds the entry onto Banana. PSP having to leave. And once again, Vision holding App's control. This is better. This is what I wanted to see out of Housebets. Not playing the gamble CS. They don't have to play the gamble CS here. Stacking 5 players into one area of the map. Instead, you slowly take increments of the map. And with 1 minute left on the clock, they have a ton of control. And now, though, FengDa react by taking Banana. Have a look on your radar. And now, time is limited for Housebets to get this exec going, Josh.
Yep, definitely. P5P just walking up slowly. They don't want to give it away. They're not sure where they are. They could be at Boiler still. Now, Buki's going to hold on for a long time, but no one's at pit. That's the worst part. But P5P's got one at least. They put a shut down Buki as well. Now, Damio's taking down the back hold as well. Their flank is actually obvious now as well. Damio's picked up the bomb. Just going to get the bomb plant on site. Now, P5P coming from apartments. Damio just punting it for Cold Zera. They want to be safe. Oh, geez. P5P taking down Drox as well. That's free GL to get in. Pit play will have to just dive a bit deeper so he can't be sniped out from Moto. I think it's going to be a save call.
Can't save. Last round.
Free GLs. I'm a bit surprised why they backed off then.
Well, I think they're just waiting for a pick, but Housebets aren't giving it right now. Housebets are playing the percentages here, and I don't blame them. Pick up the last 2. That's going to be a 9-3 first half. Again, not the best of outcomes if you're a Housebets fan right now, but you're still alive and kicking. Again, there's nothing to say that they can't do what FengDa did to them. We are going to go to a quick break, though, folks. We'll be back for the second half of map 1. Don't go anywhere. There's a twist in the tail, I am sure.
Welcome back, guys. Go back to, halftime, 9-3 to FengDa. Myself, only Josh, and I've got Wix here as well. I gotta say, look at them dualies. 3 dualies on Housebets, all ready to go. And Danbo's just clicking them together at the moment. This is not a great half that Housebets, started off with. FengDa were absolutely dominant. I think they're up 7-0 at this stage. But a little bit of a fight back towards the end as Housebets started to find ways into the game. Vision's clicking them together as well as getting a bit impatient. They need to make this comeback. And it's going to be a tough comeback to make for Housebets because, well, they're on the CT side. And generally, these pistol rounds can decide a lot for the poor fellas at Housebets. And they would have to make a pretty big comeback to get back in and potentially win their own map pick here. And I would say overall, this is probably the defining moment for Housebets in particular with this new squad early on is, hey, can we come back down from 3-9? If we can make this project real. And if we can't, then we're in a bit of trouble themselves. And King leading with the Glock. As you saw there, we confirmed that Marek was coaching with Vision. He's definitely seen a few players running up mid. And they are indeed running up mid. It's just basically rushing up A, rushing up the middle. They've gone through the middle as well. They're looping around long. And that should be in that Vision trying to take down. Oh, jeez. Vision rushing a couple of shots there. But he eventually takes out Lee to X9. Chain King grabs one. Oh, double goosh there to give him a pre-Daniel and PC. And this is... oh, no way. The gooshes are everywhere. Now, Vision, it's getting really hard for him. He's on very low HP. These bullets need to hit, and they're not hitting. And this is where the dualies are just not very good at all, is because they just don't have the aim punch that the USP does. And long ranges is just the detriment. They have to be up close and personal, and somehow Housebets, despite starting off so well, just fall apart there.
This is a big round on how long this map is likely to last, Josh. Housebets, you have to force. You have to go for it now. You can't give 11-3 and basically play the rest of this map on a tightrope. You have to go for it. You have to try and hit FengDa when their econ is most vulnerable, and that is in round 2 after winning the pistol. And if you can pick up this round, it sounds cliche, but you take it 1 round at a time, and they're trying to make it work. Damio with an MP9. He's going to bait APOC but he still keeps his life. And well, I don't think APOC will have any issues with baiting for an MP9 as long as it gets the frag.
I think Damien can recover that rifle there, actually. No, he chooses not to. I think they're trying to fake out a player moving to see if they push up, so Damien could mow him down with an MP9. But that didn't work, didn't fall for it.
And you can see now, though, FengDa are slowly taking and squeezing air out of this Housebets CT setup. You do have PZ jiggling on long, but he's only got a 5-7, so it's practically going to be info and nothing more if he is to find someone. And Flashbang comes through. Damio knows now the bad news. They've retaken Banana and they're out on B, and now again Housebets are going to find themselves having to retake a bomb site, but they have not predicted this flank coming through purely because of Vision's information and position. But now, FengDa just have them in a chokehold, positioning 101 on the map. Information given over. They know because of that lurk that the Housebets CT side have left A site, and Daniel's going to get the bad news after the bomb is planted and he's on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, but not to mention as well, they just faked him out so well. They get that BXE done for free, basically. I'm a bit surprised there from Housebets because I thought Damio was doing the jiggle position of the smokes and just going to smoke him out non-stop. But no, Damio was doing the jiggle peek without the smoke, and it's just like you can't hold that bluff where you have 2 players on the site if you're not constantly smoking it off. So what a lot of teams have been doing on these half buy and buy rounds in particular, Wix, is that they basically pulled the smokes down their church, CT area, and it's continuously jiggle peek from CT while throwing the smokes down, so the B players from top Banana won't exie. But Daniel was doing it without putting the smokes down, which you can't do because they'll gamble and go in if you don't put the smoke down. Especially if they know you have weaker weaponry.
It's not even the weaponry at this point as well, though. It's FengDa's pure confidence.
Yeah,
and
that too.
You could say unfortunate timing from Vision. Yes, there was a smoke. Yes, he was trying to creep around it. But if you're rotating off A like that without having really any info on the long side of brackets, you can get punished, and we've seen it there. Housebets, they're going to have question marks and questions thrown their way if map 1 does not go their way, but Vision trying to get things back on track. 11-3, you're still alive in the map. You can only hope that your aim does the talking for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, the department's, setup works. They have to abandon it now, though, so they don't have the crossfire anymore. They didn't get a rifle out of that, though.
Or the timing.
Yeah.
Timing's crucial.
Chen King's ready for it.
Peek. There you go. APOC Doug cleans up. They keep that one-man advantage, and now 3GL. And 1337 X9. I don't know what it is.
Elite X9, I reckon. Is this Elite speaking?
Is it Elite? Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're a wise man, Josh. Either way, it's going to be decided on A site here. 40 seconds left, yes, but APOC Dud has the play. Is he going to look right or left, though? Is he going to clear him? Oh, no! Not like this, APOC Dud.
But, Elite X9 has no idea about the player. Oh, damn it, the Fugnails found the player on Cold Zero now. And APOC Dud's going to have the perfect flank, because they're not going to be aware of him, because they think he's clear. They think that he's gone. He's going to get one, might get the second, does get the second, wins her out. Yeah, they're not aware of it. They're not aware of each other at all. They're just like, oh, it must be one player in A. The rotator must have gone over to B. So they're just completely surprised by what APOC Dud's done there.
Some way, somehow it worked. I mean, I think APOC Dud watching the VOD back. Hello, APOC Dud. I think he would much have preferred to look right and fully clear the angle there. I think it would have made his teammates' life on site a lot easier.
I think FengDa would have wanted to look the other way. Is like, hey, Elite X9, check behind you. Could be an APOC Dud there.
Yeah. But either way, timeout called here from FengDa. They're going to talk this one over. Money's starting to look a little bit bleak overall. Chen King having to whip out the Galil.
Good timeout by Marek in particular. Like, this is where you call a timeout. Like, when house bets get around like that out of nowhere, that can build momentum. Straight away timeout.
Yeah.
You see Vitality, you see Vulcans do it as well. Immediately timeout. I mean, everyone's seen the IM final, Melbourne final. It's just timeout central.
I'm happy to see that, more coaches are developing it, because you see it in competitive sport. Any team in anything starts to get momentum, you ice them. You ice. That's how it is. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, you want to get that round back, and you want to get straight back to it, but you also got to think about how the other team's feeling, and that is a great start for FengDa. However, boost comes through. Damio knows the second one's there. Pre-fires. Unfortunately, though, does not get his reward, but 50 points worth of damage of HE is not too bad. PZ playing the corner. Plays it to perfection.
I say there from
Buick in the back.
I say for Buick, though, you got to check that cubby. You always got to check it. If you don't check your corners, you get punished. And damn, Damon, great work holding from Fountain. Elite X9 has no idea. Elite X9 can't go for this because he knows he's just walking into a cross. Bomb's lost as well, and he's just trying to just get a pick at this point. Wix just hopefully win a 1v4 because he's just trapped.
Yeah,
he's being strangled.
You have to try and damage the econ as well. Again, I keep talking about econ, but it's so vital on CT side. And one kill here, one of these rifles dropped is a load of money lost for Housebets. And yes, FengDa, they're going to be on the eco in the next round, but you have to try and keep Housebets' money at an absolute minimum. He will go for this, I imagine, considering his position, not much map control. And again, you get a few kills. That's the econ damage considerably. There's one. Trey comes through, though. Nice positioning on the B side from Housebets. And FengDa will be set onto that eco. But Housebets now, again, have to take it one round at a time. Continue to play your situationals. A site right now, it has looked weak from time to time, but players are fragging all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And you give players like these momentum. You think of PZ. I mean, Damio's still dropping 16, by the way.
Yep,
Where's that come from?
Damio's done a really good job on B in particular. Like, he lost his teammate early on the B side, and he gets 4 kills in the end. He trades back and also gets 3 extra. And not to mention as well, he got the HE grenade on P5P, so he couldn't really push into the B side. Really, damn, another kill as well down Banana. They can't deal with him. Also, I got to give a big shout out as well to, I think it was PZ or his rotating buddy, his Drox actually, rotating that early to just really reinforce Damio so he didn't all have to do it on his own.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of PZ's position here. When you know it's an eco, I like to, personally for me, I prefer to see people use the boost for, late in halves. Because you go a whole half without using it, there's a good chance that the other team isn't going to check it. But nevertheless, he is in a good position against the Pistols to get a couple of kills. There's 1, there's 2, nearly 3 and 4. They're low. Drox is going to clean up. USP comes out. Ooh, maybe jinxed him. Cast a curse in full effect on a Friday. Apokdad will clean up. It's only 1 player lost. But yeah, as I was saying, I do like to see those kind of niche one and done plays because PZ's not going to get away with that again. He is going to be checked. They're going to flash for it. They're going to smoke long. They're going to clear it. Same time, you can say, well, now they're going to be focusing more attention on that, and you could take advantage of that, But for me personally, look, at the end of the day, at the same time, Housebets, they want to get rounds on the board. You can't be playing around with rounds. So
we know Buick's been punished already with not checking Cubby, and that was PZ as well. So I think PZ is 2 for 2 at the moment on one and done positions. Vision, aggressive. Oh jeez, he knows plays at balcony. A little bit of a tag there. Oh, Drox takes on Buick. Buick thought he had an advantage there, but they had another apartment set up. I'm liking this apartment set up from Drox Vision. They've always got a profit from it. They've always got a man advantage. We saw the MP9s previously where they got a 2 for 1 deal. This time a 1 for nothing.
And that's 4 rounds in a row now, Josh, where Housebets have found the first blood. And you can see confidence is starting to grow in the CT side. But they are still in dangerous waters. They lose a round. Economy is not going to be great. That means your opponent's going to be sitting on map points. Best of 3. But yeah, so far so good for Housebets. They're going to be feeling good.
Yeah.
Again, interesting to see. We're seeing it more and more common. The A site, I'm just more than happy to give up control here and sit behind Util. 30 seconds on the clock, though.
I've actually called this as someone's here. PZ's got an opener, but they're not going to check Arch, are they? Well, they are going to check Arch, trying to hop over it. Damio's trying to get any information he can. This is going to be a really hard hold here for the A side. Damio trying to spray through. He's just trying to get any sort of damage. P5P on the graveyard. That's a dead pit player if I've ever seen one. No, but Drox stands up. That's a huge stand up here. They still got to get rid of Drox, though. And Apokdad from Cold Zero's got another. Now, they've got to get rid of their setup here. Oh, Chanking's taking down Damio and Apokdad. And now...
Time.
I think Molotov's going to be thrown in towards pit. They know someone's there somewhere. Oh, it just doesn't check Drox. Drox, another one in that position, actually, from pit. On the off angle there. Just catches FengDa there.
And just Housebets doing really well, as I said, Josh, to continuously find these opening frags. Most of this game they have spent in 4v5.
Yeah.
But now on CT side, they're getting that first kill, and you can see, even they just feel more. You could see in the crosshair, they feel more confident. They have a lead in a round for once. They haven't had many of them, and it's just spurring them to success here.
Exactly. I agree. And I'm gonna say Drox in particular was a big round from him. He injured everything on him, holding that A side anchor from pit. Him surviving on 2 HP just wins that round because Apokdad gets a free kill. The back's facing him because they're all focusing on Drox. They know they have to pick out Drox. Like I say, P5P there, you have to kill Drox there. You've caught him completely unaware at Graveyard. He has to go down. That kill has to happen. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh, Wix, but I think that one, it should have been done, and they should have been on 12 here.
The problem was he missed his first 6 shots, and if you have a Galil and you miss your first 6 shots, it's not going to end up being too good for you. Just in terms of spray control and mentally as well, you kind of brick it a bit, don't you? You miss your first 6 shots, which should be a kill already. You kind of sit there thinking, how am I still here? PZ though, again, another round, another first frag for the CT side, yes, against the Eco. But it's all confidence frags for this Housebets side, which haven't had too many of. And, well, Elite does get their jump on Vision, but Vision's just more accurate when it's all said and done. 8-11. And you start to question now, Josh.
Yeah.
The closer Housebets get to FengDa, the
Yeah.
more FengDa's squeaky bum time comes in.
Oh, they have. They've just called 2 back-to-back timeouts in each round. But like I say, the HEs ended that round in particular. Once the Tech Knights get tagged up, any rifle damage is huge there. I think the 3-man setup at B was good as well, especially Damio doing delayed peek. So Apoc Dud gets flash dropped, Damio peeks in, protects Apoc Dud. Pretty much the round's over. All 4 players dead to Damio, effectively. But I'm also going to say, great utility setup as well, because all the utility damage will just take 9s, make sure they had no chance of really just charging in and holding W. And I wonder what Marek's saying to his team now, because I can imagine a lot of them getting very shaky and finicky at the moment, because Housebets are coming and they look unstoppable at the moment.
But yeah, I just think they're not really giving FengDa the respect anymore that they were maybe giving them a little bit too much on T side. Again, easier said than done when you're down 7-0, but yeah, I think they've kind of found some tempo, they've found some confidence. As that smoke does get broken for Elite by Vision, and it costs Vision his life. Finally, a first blood goes the way of FengDa as trades start to come through on Banana. A 3 versus 4. Housebets in a world of trouble as Damio is the last blockade on B. Has been performing well in these situations in the few that he has been left in so far on the CT side, as he will just opt to play the retake, will play the clock, but again, Elite on another long lurk, and Damio's time, I'm just going to say it now, it is limited.
Yeah, I think Damio's not going to check behind him either. But is Damio going to get to Cathedral before? Oh, no, he's not. He's picking up the
He'll get the
nade.
call now that Long's been open. He'll be getting that call, but he will not be expected it this soon. Oh boy.
He needs to check the second
Round's
player.
over.
Round's over, though. He needs to check the second player just in case. Drox had rotated across him. Drox could stop this. I was going to say, they're not smoking it. Drox almost had the bomb dropped. That would have been massive.
Yet again, it's just unfortunate timing. I would be shocked if Housebets have not called, even one of the dead players. I'll be shocked if they haven't called that Long has been open. It's just one of those, you hear the call and naturally you think, okay, well, it'll probably be in 10, 15 seconds. I'll have a look, you know. The timing was not there probably. And unfortunately for Housebets, they took the gamble and it did not pay off. But they're still alive and kicking. They've got M4s, they've got the AWP on PZ. 3GL's now got their AWP as well, though they're going to need to keep him quiet. It will be a matter with 3GL spawn. He'll be looking for this first pick, maybe across a mid or a quick banana peek, which Housebets have liked to do early so far. But it looks like the call's mid, and is he going to get it?
I think overall, like with Elite in particular, like he just got the perfect timing, like near instantaneous, and that's an opening pick on Apoc Dud. PZ to trade, and that's a good trade as well. I get a second one. He's actually going very aggressive here. Molotov, unfortunately, just going under the floorboards there and burning him.
But yeah, you're going to see the AU util come out now because, well, PZ's had full vision of banana. He knows no one's there. Housebets are going to react. They're expecting pressure put towards A. They're going to deploy some mollies. They're going to deploy some smokes. They want to make sure they don't use too much, though, because still a minute on the clock. But it looks like the exec on brackets is imminent. Flashbang comes through. Elite trying to get himself a kill as Drox finds 2. That's exactly what Housebets were looking for. They get offered it, and they take it. As Short now is under pressure, but Housebets are fully aware the rotations come round. FengDa, they are a little bit split here in this 2 versus 4. They're going to need some very nice solo plays to come through. 3GL missing another shot. He was not doing that earlier. And that's a couple we've seen in the last 7 or 8 rounds or so out of 3GL as Damio holding from Library. Trade comes through, 1-for-1. Housebets will be satisfied with right now. And a nice round coming from Drox, really putting his team on his back in brackets there. And Housebets have 9, 3 away from forcing an OT.
Yeah, I was going to say, Damio really trying to sell that Drox isn't on site, but they have 2 players on banana instead. And, you know, Damio did a really good job there, stopping both players in particular. And making sure that bomb plant didn't happen was Drox coming in from Secret. Yeah. overall Housebets did a pretty decent job there in particular. Sources not the bomb for being blind. I think PZ's seen P5P there. I think he's seen something. PZ was actually going to hold that line. They're charging in with Mac 10s and stuff. Drox is going to bail towards Arch, but they also flash as well. Vision on the off angle. They think they can chime in towards Arch, but Vision's there as well, but he's going to be traded out. The next 9, fortunately, though, it doesn't go down. PZ with the combat AWP misses the first shot. That was a hard one to hit. Apoc unfortunately flanks and takes down lead X9 as well. PZ going to throw the nade. That's going to... Oh, it doesn't hit the angle that he wants it to hit, so it doesn't tickle at all. Does he have a rifle in that PZ? Because an AWP retake from there is ugly. It's yucky.
He's forced to have it. There is no weapon in apartments right now, and time's ticking. 2/3 of the bomb time are left. They do have kits, of course, Housebets, but they're going to need to find 3 frags if they want to get the defuse in with the positions. They're trying to force it. They're trying to brute force into a site. It's losing. They're falling. Drox is left in a 1v2. Can't secure it. FengDa stumble over the finish line in map 1. The Housebets map pick does fall to FengDa, and FengDa now, Josh, they have that map 2 to try and potentially secure a 2-0 victory here. Really crazy.
Yep. Now we're going to get to the pistol round in particular. Probably going to say really, really crucial round in particular for Housebets if they want to start Mirage off well and try to go for an upset. We didn't highlight FengDa too much, but FengDa's just P5P, lead X9 and free GL just go ham, and the rest just follow suit and trade out. Drox with an opener, that's a good start. Daniel in the 1 and down position. We let him pass by, but he's going to be poked out 1-for-1 as well, so you just go either way. And Drox just going to back out. I think they're going to play a retake. They don't want to give away any easy frags. Chen King's heard that. Doesn't get the goose he needs on Vision, and Vision, they're both tapping away at the moment. This is a crucial duo connector, and Vision wins it, but traded out by P5P. However, they lost control of the site.
No kit here for Housebets, Josh, so they're going to have to get a move on. 2 versus 2. They know one of the players are, as I said, no kit. Not going to be that much time to play with. Elite playing his life well, finds Drox. Apoc has to try and force something. Try and force FengDa to overstep. And there's the first one. And now somehow has to find a way to defuse for the short plant / con. Jump spots are coming through. Apoc does going to need to hit a jackpot here if he wants to get something nice. Not going to happen. He's going to be pushed out. Not going to get the frag. And the first round goes to where FengDa. And that, Josh, is 3 out of 3 pistols in this series for this team.
That was a very impressive shot by Apoc, though, despite losing the round. The first shot. When you said hit the jackpot, I'm like, he did hit that first shot. That was an impossible shot to hit. He just couldn't follow up on the jump picky player and connector. And I was going to say Housebets there. I'm a bit surprised it was a 2-for-2 trade on the entry. Really should have been a 2 for none, given how Damio had caught that player looking the opposite direction.
Are we live? Yeah, we are. Okay. Apologies, Josh. I'd seen Marek enter the HUD here. I was fearing the worst. I thought we may have lost a player, which tends to be a bug.
Yep.
But we do have all 10 players alive on the server, and Drox, well, does manage to find the first kill, but it's 3 kills in the kill feed for the T side now. A side taken. Vision having to work his way through CT with nothing but 5.7 Kevlar helmet and a smoke. And a dream in this 1 versus 3. Ignore the right-hand side of your screen. We will get that fixed ASAP. But right now we've got bigger fish to fry and bombs to plant and explode as FengDa are looking like they're going to be going 2-0 up here, Josh. Vision hoping someone gets a bit overzealous in CT, but I think his hopes are going to be nothing but hopes.
Yeah, because both the kills are actually exited by CT. That's pretty aggressive. You're going to be careful there. But P5P cleans it up with no real issues whatsoever. I've got to say, they did get a couple of kills with those MP9s. And I was like thinking that we could have some hope here in particularly, but the MP9s, just as they got their kills, they were traded out just as fast. And Housebets are going to say the unexpected force buy has caught FengDa off guard, but not to the impact that it can win around for them. So I'm wondering how Housebets are feeling about forcing every single second CT round, whether they're going to still keep doing it in the future.
Well, ideally, they want to be winning rounds and not having to worry about loss bonus. I think that's the first thing. But look, they're going to continue to try and force the issue here as A-Side clearly at the front of FengDa's mind. But Housebets not able to get anything done with a pistol. But again, first buy versus buy. Housebets, they've been in this situation before. Can they capitalize? Well, I think I'll be shocked if FengDa don't try and make it look at least it's going to be A again. Although, maybe they have a bit of a switcheroo. Maybe they have something up their sleeve. But I would be shocked if they don't at least put pressure towards this A round.
P5P in particular as well. Like, you know, they're pushing a lot of pressure to A ramp to try and trick Housebets. But P5P was very meticulous in clearing that round on A site particularly. He cleared the full stairs, even though it took 3 players out at A main early. Wanted to make sure that no one was hiding there. And fortunately, his suspicion was correct. There was 2 extra players there as well.
Yeah, you can see on the A site on the radar, they're trying to set up APOC for a kill in Apps here. Or, excuse me, a kill in Palace. But little do they know, there is no one in there. That's going to be crucial info, but the fact that Smoke sits there in front of him just means it allows FengDa more time to really start pushing towards Con here and turn this into an A split. Damio, though, he's ready for the boost. The trade comes through in ramp, and this is looking much better out of the Aussies. But Jungle has been lost. Chenking, the 17-year-old, for his side, is opening up the site, and they know there's one player still pushed towards ramp. Drox here, you've got to be thinking he's just waiting for reinforcements to come through. But Vision, that first reinforcement has been found, and now Drox's position is up, waiting for his other teammate in PZ to try and help him out here as the bomb is planted. But it's safe to say Housebets are not favourites for this round.
Yep, great shot by Drox. They can probably ascertain that the second player could be a ticket, but they don't know where the third player is, because PZ's holding the line, hoping that would cross. There's not aware that one has already crossed in particular, and I think they might save here because they don't have info on that third player at stairs. They have info on the player at ticket and the player that they killed. And you can't play a 2v2 like that. Yeah,
and also I've got to know, with PZ holding this angle, he knows no one's crossed back towards Drox, so they're going to have to clear CT somehow. Yeah, it's not going to be great with an AWP and an AK from ramp. It's a world of trouble. So, yeah, safer option is to save, play the long game. But one thing is safe to say, and it goes without saying, Josh, Housebets cannot afford to go 7-0 down like they did on Inferno here. This is not their map pick. This is not their territory. And, well, their backs are to the wall now, if it wasn't already.
Well, not to mention as well was the CT side that they came back on Inferno. And they're getting absolutely pummeled on it. And at the moment, they're getting no help at the moment with, even though Drox and Damio are somewhat firing, just getting no help in holding these sites in particular. A site is a wizard sleeve at the moment with how easily they've been getting into it. They need some stopping power on these executes. Drox been thrown a Molotov at Falcon. He's a dead man unless he jumps off. Buick, he's going through the Molotov as well. He heard Drox burning, and somehow Drox is still alive. I don't know how at this point. And Free Shield takes down Drox. Damio. Just waiting for the aim and aggression on the edge of the smoke. Buick's got another. Damio's got too many targets to aim at, and lead X9 silences him. Damio, it's a really hard area to defend, and I think it's just another save call here. PZ's just abandoned A already.
Vision would love to upgrade this gun, but I just don't think he's going to be able to. If he falls, he's got pretty much no buy next round, or an MP9 buy next round. So, we'd love to try and get this SMG upgraded, but he can't lose his life. That being said, this bomb is yet to go down, and wow. Ask you shall receive, I guess. AK ends up getting blown to Vision, I think, there, or an M4.
Something gets blown to Vision. I think it is an M4. Oh, jeez. They almost gave him a free bomb. They actually got it from us. I don't think he's going to escape that. They're going to hunt him. They've seen him.
Yeah, they can afford to lose one rifle. They don't need to go crazy for it, because they know Housebets' money still isn't the best. They're going to get drops, but FengDa have Housebets where they want them right now. They're 5-0 up. Housebets are still trying to tinker around with loss bonus. They are saving players, yes, but it's not enough. Housebets are really struggling to stop this A site being executed on there. FengDa, I've got to say though, they have been doing well with changing the tempo. They're showing early exec. They're execing early, especially at the start of this map. But we've seen in that round, we had 40 seconds left. They're in a 5 versus 2, and they weren't out of ramp or Palace really yet. The bomb was still stuck in ramp. So FengDa just making sure they're playing the percentages. They're staying disciplined, and you've got to respect that completely. You do see a lot of teams, especially in tier 2, in these closed qualifiers where we do have a lot of teams which unfortunately will not make the actual Pro League LAN. But good to see that teams, even though, yes, okay, they may not be the best team in this competition, Josh, they are staying disciplined, and they're making the theoretical correct plays.
Yep,
and
not to mention
they're rewarded with a 5-0 lead.
They've got a quick and fast play where they just smash out A and just demolish the site, like they did earlier, the flashbangs and catching drops, essentially. And they've got the slow plays where they just, go through all the modules, get middle, get A main, really force the defenders on A to defend very deep where they have to go for a retake. And then, obviously ending up shutting out the B rotate and just ending the round there and then. I was a bit surprised they didn't go hunting though, because, I felt getting rid of that FAMAS would have been huge. Because it could come back to haunt them given the fact that they've all got rifles this round. Less utility, but all rifles at least, and Drox gets some great information. No players at A main. And this could indicate a B play. But given that PZ's scoping out middle, he's been smoked off now, so he's not sure about it. Looking towards top mid, catches Chen King, and that's a beautiful swipe. P5P unable to trade. And Vision, he's going to try and get onto the couch here. Playing at the edge of the smoke.
Are they going to clear this? I don't think so. Yes, they do. Well, they tried to, Josh, but so far, it's all Housebets in round number 6, as FengDa were looking to go 6-0 up, but with the bomb dropped in this position, and that's so satisfying. I don't know about you, but every time I see this, orange smoke bug where a Molotov sits behind a smoke and it stays, I love to see that. I really do.
It's an advanced strategy.
It massages my brain. It does something with some brainwaves.
It's just a relaxing color. I think overall, it's, I guess, let's just say Vision had a MP9 instead. I think he probably still gets those kills. I think it's just overall that FengDa, even though they accounted for Vision being there, the first play gets taken out by PZ's AWP. So the second play is looking elsewhere, and Vision takes care of him as well. I'd say it's just the PZ's initial AWP shot taking out the play that was going to check Vision was huge. That was the round, was Vision with PZ's initial hit.
Well, as I said at the start of this game, 3GL, they need to get the AWP out in his hands. But so far, he's only been limited to 1 kill. That being said, FengDa still sit with a 5-1 lead. Damio not top fragging for his side. Drox is actually fragging out, which we did see and we did touch on at the end of Inferno. And it looks like another trade attempt is going to come through for some information in ramp. Is Elite ready though? Great flashbang through. Blind does find one. Elite will take that, but that's big info. I think both teams are going to be happy. Buick, though, has to play with this ladder. AWP is going to come and peek. Leg shot. 10 HP left on the player under. Padis does end up getting finished. Chen King finding the kill elsewhere, though. This round's all over the place.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cats and dogs at the moment. Pokes and prods going everywhere, but Vision's got a good angle here. He's not being expected to be here. Vision's first bullet is chef's kiss. Second one's a bit messy, but gets the job done anyway. They just didn't expect Vision to be there. Vision's almost closed the round out, but 3GL's got open a lot of utility. And the bomb, most importantly.
I'm gonna say it. If he can get this into a 1v2, he wins the round.
Yeah, I probably agree as well. He might get the bomb plant as well, because Damio's thinking he's gonna be sneaking through murder hole. He'll check CT.
I just don't like how passive they're playing this, Josh. I really don't.
He's not gonna be able to see Damio. Because Damio's AK.
The last thing you want to do in a 1v3 is give 1v1s like this.
Yeah.
And that's what happens naturally when you play this passive. That being said, these last two players alive for Housebets are going to try and combo because the AWP, well, we all know it can only fire one shot at a time. Unless he gets a collateral, you should expect a Housebets trade attempt to come through, but 3GL, if you want any player for FengDa in this position, it's him. PZ wins that AWP duel. I was wrong. Vision will secure the defuse. It's a 5-2 scoreline here, and maybe Housebets have something to build with.
Yeah, I think the unexpected line from PZ being in that far in the open completely caught 3GL there. 3GL was expected to have a free shot towards the connect area. He probably didn't expect PZ to be so advanced. He wasn't even ready for it. He was like half jumping when PZ caught him. Either way, Vision was probably there to clean it up. I guess Daniel though, yeah, I do agree. I think he should have been a bit more active in that position. But he got caught on timing as well. But I guess Daniel has some good positions in particularly where he's able to pick out certain aspects or certain pixels of where he can be or can't be seen. He does it really well in Dust too, where he always catches the always catches the mid player looking into lower tunnels because of the angle he chooses. So, you know, I could talk to him and see, you know, why do you pick there in particular? It's because the AWP, he couldn't see his AK. And Damien could have got a free GL for free potentially as well. You never know.
Yeah. Hindsight's 2020, Josh, at the end of the day, but oh, PSP again, FengDa trying to be aggressive, trying to find that first kill, but Housebets, well, they look best where they're starting to win these opening duels, and they tend to win rounds off the back of them. We saw it at the end of Inferno. We're seeing it here again now. Damio with the AWP down to 19 HP, so that's not going to be too much of a problem. Although he is probably going to be good for a one and done.
Bit surprised by P5P there. He got the first 2 bullets to connect. I'm a bit surprised he just didn't spray it out and just get one at least. He had the initiative. He got the spring on both the Housebets players who were looking away from their own teammates' flash. I'm a bit surprised that Housebets came out the winner there. I think they're pretty relieved because they were on the launches out in the open. Can he see something? We did see something. He saw an AWP. He saw something, a barrel, at least. So no connectors under a bit of pressure. Drox gonna hide in the cubby. He's got one at least. Drox.
Problem for FengDa here, Josh, is they have no info towards Ramble Palace. These CTs could be anywhere. Yes, they're over to the CT side of the site, but it's a lot of stuff to clear for FengDa. You can see Buick's just not too sure where to look, trying to clear everything, and he's not got the time nor the HP to do so as he does fall. Elite last left, PZ finishes him off with the ESP, but yeah, again, just kind of trying to brute force their way up con, and they have to clear way too much in too little time, and Housebets take full advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's a scenario they should have never been in. I don't know why they were trying to brute force that position. You can ignore those players if you want to. You don't have to contest those jungle window players. You can smoke them off, which they did, and I'm like, oh, okay, they can smoke them off. But then they contested them as just like, after the first frag, you're like, you know 2 players are there. Why are you still contesting it? Just ignore them. And, you know, just get the bomb down on site, you know? Oh, LeadX9 not really liking that. Not to mention, LeadX9 had the Pika's advantage there and still didn't win it. He's going to be annoyed. He missed some sitters there. And this is all falling apart.
I did hear some whispers through the grapevine from some players of some potential ping worries. Of course, I'm not sure if PZ is one of those players, but I think it was quite clear to see in his late shot, unless he was looking at radar or something like that, but so far it's working. Buick.
Yeah, Damio was there. You know, he was caught on his launches as well with the wide swing. But there's been, you know, ping issues from all the players a bit worried about it as well, because with Asia qualifiers in particular, some of these players are literally playing half a world from each other.
Well, I can imagine playing from like Perth to Gold Coast. I couldn't even imagine what that ping is, let alone, you know, New Zealand or Victoria to Singapore or something like that.
Exactly. Yep. Well, I can tell you Perth to Singapore is 40 MS. So we'll probably, and also Perth to Gold Coast is about 60 MS. So let's put it at 100.
That's some perspective for you.
Yep. Zarx is even, our observer Zarx is even showing it for us as well.
There we go, yeah, wow. Okay, not great across the board, but yeah, certainly if you're PZ on 100 ping, you're going to be wanting that to go down a little bit, but you have to work with what you got. And right now, Housebets are doing just that. They've somehow, some way found this in a 2v1.
Yeah, we're going to say,
AGL.
FengDa just really forced the issue. And they got in, they got the bomb planted. Now the double swing, they line up as well. They got away with that. And once again,
They
another get out of jail card. They lined up as well.
Oh, FengDa would have been loving the AWP in that spot, wouldn't he?
Yeah, FengDa is going to be thinking, like, this is the second time where we've caught Housebet players, you know, on the haunches and didn't win the duel. Like, yeah, PZ out in the open earlier, and they fired 2 bullets in and lost the duel. They had P5P in middle catching, I think it was like Drox and Daniel looking away for a flash. Did not get the kill, 1 for nothing. And now that situation, did not get the kill when they lined up. They've got to start securing these frags and securing these rounds, otherwise Housebets could just run off of a 7-5 advantage.
Shout out to the observer, by the way.
Yeah.
He's locked in right now.
Zarx is so locked in, and that's Obs, by the way. He's I think Zarx is from the UK, is that right? He's from the UK?
I believe, I mean, if I've done my homework, I don't know.
I've got some funny stories about Zarx, okay? So I also follow him on Twitter. You know... Nah, I won't tell that one
Some
online,
part of me
okay?
says Sweden. Some part of me says Sweden. And it
No,
was
no,
definitely not from a Twitter search into Zarx.
No. But he's from the UK. Yeah, he is from the UK. I'm right. He's British. Jeez, come on, man. Know your own country, man, Wicks.
Sorry. Sorry, Zarx. Justice for Zarx.
Oh, they got in from behind. P5P's got through the murder hole, taking down APOC dud. And then, oh, they're doing one of these fake executes again. They did this on Inferno where they faked A and they faked B and hit A. And all Vision's going to see it as well. He's seen the leg. He's like, guys, they're coming in. And Drox is ready. But Drox he's got a lot of people around him. Trying to dodge through the smoke. Daniel grabs one as well. Drox is still alive. Oh, that Drox has done so much damage. And Daniel's going to save because he has no HP. That... FengDa are a wild ride, okay? You just never know when they're going to do this sort of shenanigans where they fake Exi on the side and immediately book it to the other. Like I say, important information from Vision, despite not leading to much of an advantage or around victory there, because he gets the info. Could have been, you know, around winning information give to Drox in particular, given how long Drox lived for.
I'm pulling your leg. Genuinely, I'm pulling your leg. How could I ever forget Zarx? If I'm not mistaken, Josh.
Yep.
Again, this is the last time I'll talk about the Observer. Sorry to everyone at home, but you have to give respect to one of the greats. I believe Zarx actually observed our first ever ESL duo cast. I'm like 90% sure of that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Because in the next one we had J.
It's been a pleasure.
We had J-Raz, the Latvian observer. Yep.
And they're getting better and better. Observers across the board are getting better and better. 5-6. Housebets also looking better as well.
Exactly. I was going to say, you got to give a shout out to observers. Like, some of them, you know, have done multiple different games. I mean, I think in particular, if you want to know a game where a lot of these good observers came from, was Overwatch in particular. Like, these observer teams. Like, MC was a part of it. And, you know, Michael Cavagna, Chev, and stuff like that as well. And they just made CS so good. PZ gets the opening pick, and PZ is drilling him against the wall. Vision follows up, and that B execute's gone bye-bye, and oh, geez, PZ's just gone harder. He might get a 4K here. Oh, no. BGL's been seen. BGL's still alive, but I don't think he'll be alive for much longer. Oh, that HE missed. That HE from PZ hits. Might take down PZ, and like I say, guys from Housebets, just finish him off. Don't play with your food. 6-6 at halftime.
Well, there you go, folks. If we hadn't had a game on our hands already, we certainly have now. We'll see how map 2 pans out after a quick 2-minute break. Don't go anywhere.
back, guys, to the second half of the ESL Pro League Season 22 Asia Close Qualifier. We've got a game here between Housebets and FengDa, 6-6. Early on Inferno, we're like, oh, especially after FengDa won the pistol round, it was 10-3. And like, maybe Housebets don't have it here. Well, we've got an arm wrestle here on Mirage instead, which is good for us and good for everyone in the crowd as well. I've got to say here, Housebets did a bit better on the CT side this time. Well, actually, no, they did just the same, pretty much, actually. Now they're on their T side, and they struggled on the T side of Inferno. Hopefully that's just an Inferno issue and not a Mirage issue. You can see here the utility already. 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a molly. And that, for me, that feels like an execute, but I have a feeling it also could be a BXE as well. You know what, I'm just going to back my judgment. I think it's going to be a B execute. They're going to probably throw a decoy, like somewhere in A, so they get over-rotate or something like that.
Who's going to win the round? Are FengDa going to go 4 out of 4 pistols in this series so far, or are Housebets going to find anything? I spoke highly of you, APOC, pre-game. I spoke highly of your pistol rounds, and you're kind of making me look like a fool right now.
Oh, just you know. Funnily enough, FengDa don't have any dualies either, which I'm a bit surprised. You should put one player in the B apps for the dualies, but maybe just sit there at range and just pick players off in apartments. But I reckon Housebets BXE, they lose, because FengDa just don't lose pistol rounds. Funny story thing actually works, okay? That for the pistol rounds in particular, in IM Melbourne, Falcons and Gamer Legion, their 2-map series, Gamer Legion won every single pistol round, despite losing 13-3 and 13-4, I believe.
Wow.
And it's the only time when a team has won all 4 pistol rounds that they did not win the series.
And I think Falcons had the absolute opposite issue. They could just never win a pistol.
Yep. It's a very interesting thing, but as you indicate, if you don't win the pistol rounds, it's so high impact. Like, getting 2 to 3 rounds, and also getting your economy going as well. Yeah.
Yeah, with just how brutal MR12 is, you know? We're still sitting around waiting for... I mean, I feel like everyone's calling for economy changes purely for that reason. You can't have a pistol round be this influential in a 12-round half. It's just... For long term, I think for entertainment value, it can be adjusted. How? I'm not too sure. I'm not the expert on this, but
potentially loss bonus increase, but that's a hard one. Like, economy changes is really like, you may be going, oh, let's add $200 here, but you have no idea how that $200 is gonna like change everything.
It completely
like, we've had
better, completely changes the game itself.
Wow, they fake exceed on the B bomb side instead. They eventually get the shot down. P5P still alive, but Damio's got 2. They're gonna rotate back. Vision's got the second Goose as well. He's got a double kill as well, but FreeGL trades out before the bomb's planted. 1v3. FreeGL's doable here. Oh, beautiful by APOC done the Goose, and he denies it. No perfection on pistols by APOC done there. 3 out of 4 pistols for FengDa, and Housebets get their first spot on the board.
Yeah, that's a positive sign, isn't it? If you're a Housebets fan, that is certainly what you want to be seeing. And, well, just a very simple fake. You know, you throw smokes out onto A. They haven't really faked anywhere at all this series so far, and they whipped out a fake when it was needed probably most. They finally have a lead in a map in this series, and now, well, they have to capitalize this round. They have to. Oh, dear.
Oh, no. Not like this. On the MAC-10s, though, unarmored players, and APOC dud, he saves the round. Oh, no. Chenking of the trade. Drox coming in, trying to finish it off. And Drox does finish it off. That was absolutely scrappy and messy, and I'm going to say, might be calling a timeout at Housebets to just get the towels out to just wipe the sweat off, because they were definitely sweating on that round.
Well, there's only... Despite Housebets winning that round, the happier team right now, this second, is FengDa. Their money is better. I mean, you look at the equipment value in itself. They have extra loss bonus. They have more money in their pockets. Yeah, even though the Housebets get the round win there, they are certainly not the happier team right now. 8-6 though, they do have some breathing room. Capitalize here, you can forget about round 2 on your T side, but capitalizing on this round is the key, and it's not easy.
Jeez, Damio's lurk just cut through that A defense like chalk cheese, basically. Oh, Buick, very unexpected. They catches Drox. I think Drox got body blocked by his own teammate there, making this a 2v2. FengDa rotating back. I'm going to say that Damio lurk just allows him to enter the site. Vision's got to pick up an AK at this point. Molotov being thrown in, trying to just buy time. Buick can ignore it. He can throw the smoke towards a bomb. That's exactly what he's done. Now Vision getting closer towards triples. Heard movement. He's heard double movement as well. You can tell PZ there's 2 players here. And he's caught the AWPer. Doesn't know where the other player is, but PZ snatches Buick. That was a brilliant strat by Vision in particular. Vision gets close, so if they start moving in, he hears them. If they start trying to defuse a bomb all sneaky peeky, like, he can swing around and just spray for heaven, and he'd probably get all of them. Very good movement by Vision there. And also, not to mention, he abandons his point, so they don't actually know where he is.
Yeah, keep an eye on Damio this round. They're going to feed him to the Lions here because he's got the MAC-10, and they know, or they should know, that FengDa are on pistols, if not an MP9 or something like that. APOC not expecting the ramp push to come through. Timing, well, he's not patient enough. He's not patient enough. Timing, he needed to wait 3 or 4 more seconds there, and that's when they would have been there. Nevertheless, though, they do end up finding the frags. Damio, with this MAC-10 that we spoke of, does get one, but the 5.7 fires back. And again, Housebets lose rifles, they lose guns, they give extra funds to FengDa. They're going to win the round, yeah, but they're making FengDa's lives a bit easier.
I think at this point, you just don't contest A ramp. Just don't contest A ramp if they've got an eco.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, they're just giving away unnecessary weaponry right now. Yes, they're winning rounds. Yes, that's the most important thing. But
beautiful by Drox.
Long term, it is just not. It's just not the profitable thing to do. Be losing rifles and giving the CT side money when they're desperate for it, if that makes sense. But as I said, Housebets, they're in double digits. They have a really good lead. This is their first lead that they've had in this series so far in either of the maps. So they're doing that thing. I guess that's the most important thing right now, forcing a map 3. FengDa, I'm telling you now, Josh, FengDa will not be giving up here without a fight. FengDa will be trying to make something happen one way or another.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I do agree with you as well. Like, FengDa being very happy. They saved up an 8k and a Adiga as well. Like, their economy is still in very, very good shape. You know, these last 2 rounds in particular are going to be really, really hard to negotiate.
I think a lot of people forget that as well, especially like, you know, new players to Counter-Strike. I'm not saying pro players, but you give away a rifle, you allow a save. That is essentially $2,900 that CT side player doesn't need to have. You know what I mean? Like, they don't need to buy the M4 anymore. And again, to all of you guys who play CS, have played for years, that's obviously common sense, but it doesn't really get thought of enough. And yeah, I mean, we've seen 2 rounds now. Housebets just have given FengDa money for free, even though they're winning rounds. Hasn't come to punish them yet, but as I said, it might not be punishing them now, but if you do it in the long run, it's certainly going to hurt you.
Yeah, and FengDa going to say at this stage, maybe they should just play just pistols. They've been more successful in their pistol rounds than their gun rounds. And that's pretty
You're
bad.
onto something here.
King should get... Oh. Surely at this stage, Buick, you got to get through there. And there's allow this movement starters to take control here of the map. They're taking control of the A side. Now FengDa have to play retake. Because they don't have A main, they don't have Palace. It's only FengDa on a line. They can just easily smoke him off a jungle. I think that's what they might... Oh, they double peek him instead. That's a ballsy call. And PC goes down. It's a bomb dropped. They've got to recover that bomb back at A main. That means they've got to contest. I'm a bit surprised they didn't contest a bit earlier. Buick stuck on a ticket. They know he's here somewhere. Bomb can be picked up and retrieved and planted for triple. It's going to be a hard hold here.
Vision loving to be playing around this triple box right now. You can tell he definitely practices these angles in deathmatch as his warm-up. Buick, though, does find him climbing up on the box. 3 versus 2 in favor of the CT side as the bomb continues to tick. ESP finding FengDa. Drock's only good enough for one. The fuse is going to come back in. Housebets, they will have some money after this round, but it's not going to be anyone here. That's this is where you start to see my exact point. You lose too many players in consecutive rounds, even though you're winning. That one round that you finally do lose, this is the price you pay.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, not to mention, like, you know, you dig yourself to that hole where you just have to go for Tech 9 and a force buy or Tech 9 and a half buy. That's pretty much what they've got to go for at this stage, and giving FengDa some sort of hope and some sort of economy or a rifle. Now that, yeah, it just builds up into this. They're going to play a double AWP setup. No team has brought out the double AWP. I think this might work a lot better than they think it's going to work. Unless they charge through here. Ooh, they've seen the AWP and they've heard it. Elite X9 just holding a line now. They're going to charge at him, obviously. He didn't see the bomb, which is very fortunate. This is his first shot. He's a dead man. He's got no one covering over from short side. Charge in, misses a shot. PC punishes. HE being thrown in. Will do a bit of damage. Tech 9 player got out unscathed. They might get out even more as well. Pistol being procced out. He's been gooshed as well, but does take down PZ. That's the bomb dropped.
Tell. PSP's under a world of trouble. He's done well to survive that long, and the Glock does finish him off. M4 is put in the hands of APOC, but now Adamio manages to find an AWP. Still very winnable, but had to get the first frag, Josh. And, well, although it was close at one stage, Housebets do end up losing the round. FengDa picking up another consecutive round here. Money still looking okay. They've got 5k plus still on Chenking. They've got Elite on the AWP. They've actually got double AWP out on board now, something that Housebets have not yet seen. So be interested to see how they pull out this one.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think Housebets did see, because I don't think Free Jail fighters AWP at all, so they're not aware that the double AWP's in play. Gonna say, Elite X9 was not ideal on the AWP. He missed the shot against pistols.
Game. Housebets. Apps control not taken, and well, they find Elite waiting as this A site hold. Well, you think if they got the AWP posted up in apps like that, they're probably going to be weaker towards A, but well, they're trying to go lower tunnel to corner, trying to find something as PSP coming and pushing through. And that's big information, actually, for Housebets. They know Elite's left, probably rotated off, playing more of an anchor position. They're playing for info, which probably means they've rotated towards this A site. So I think Housebets here are going to hedge their bets towards the B site, which they expect to be a little bit weaker than what it was at the start of the round. Damio in prime position, trying to find where this AWP is, spots it. Aim is not perfect, does get the kill. Trey comes in from Chenking. 3 versus 2, one-man advantage, quickly eliminated. 2 versus 2 and bomb side taken. Plant's going to go in and a retake commences.
HE's and Molotov's been thrown in. They know PZ's low. PZ on a sliver of HP. Free GL could just be a lot here. They're on a cross here. PZ just luring him in. Drox punishes with a headshot to the back. Now, can he take down Buick? He knows PZ's on very low HP. PZ has to play time. He can't really peek into this. He can't duel at all. He's just got to wait for Buick to make a play. Molotov been thrown in. He's trying to eliminate one position of PZ. And PZ, well, he just has to be nervous or still. He doesn't get it. And Buick should get the defuse.
He has it.
And oh, he definitely has it. He definitely has it. Jeez, that was a lot closer than it should have been.
Oh, yeah, for sure. To be honest, I would have much preferred to them just double swing. You know the trade's probably going to come through. That being said, it's all... Again, I always say, hindsight's 20/20. You can only look at that and improve on it next time. Housebets, to be honest, considering the way that they lost first blood, They done very well to even get a bomb plant in the first place. So money's going to be a little bit more pleasant than what it could have been. But of course, if this does end up going 10-10, we have got one hell of our last 4 rounds to play potentially down the stretch of map 2 here. Of course, FengDa looking to close this series out 2-0. Housebets looking to extend the series. If you are just joining us, FengDa winning 13-8 on the Housebets map pick as a 3-1 underdog. And they're certainly going to be favourites now despite being 9-10 down. But Josh, I've got to say, if you're a Housebets fan here, you're looking at this momentum slowly being gathered for the CTs. And you're maybe starting to fear the worst.
Yeah, it's like Inferno all over again, but the team's reversed. Gotta say, Drox, if he nailed that second shot, could have been 11-8. Swinging onto the B bomb site. They see 2 at bench cameo, but just can't get the lines correct. They're gonna charge up short here now, or they're gonna charge for A instead. It's a tough one of where to go because they're going to be breaking vents wherever they go. They just realize that Drox is seeing the vent being there. It's like, we're going to make noise regardless. We might as well have to go up short at this stage. And Drox is going to be boosted up. Doesn't see anyone on short. At least I know P5P is heavily tagged up. Well, that's just over. Unspotted. Drox is just going to be shot from too many different angles.
Big round coming in here for both teams. You're going to either see Housebets getting back to winning ways, trying to get their lead taken back, or FengDa take their lead back once again in map 2. Let's not forget FengDa got off to a very nice start. Was it a 5-0 start or a 4-0 start? Housebets found their way to come back into the game. I think it's clear to see this is a very resilient team. You can see a lot of teams get absolutely dumpstered on their map pick when on paper they are a very heavy favourite, and you kind of just see it snowball out of control, but they're locked in. Unfortunately though, some frags haven't gone their way, and again, as we touched on earlier, ping not exactly on their side here. Okay, FengDa, I think the average ping was about 60 ms. Housebets look to be in the 90s, so yeah, that's the problem though with Asia Pacific in general. You can't really get a middle ground. There's a lot of water in the middle unless someone wants to invest in a server in the middle of the ocean. I don't think it's going to be possible. But that being said, let's get straight back into the action. Round 21, we have a 4 versus 5. Make it 4 versus 4. PSP once again being aggressive in apps. Does get rewarded with a kill. Make it 2 with no trade potential as well. That's a huge W for the Chinese team in FengDa Gaming. And well, they could be thinking about the next round already here. 11-10. PZ trying to make something work. Can't do it. FengDa turning up in the biggest round of the best of 3 so far. And Housebets have to call a tactical timeout to talk this one over.
Man, it was very hectic in their movement towards the end of that round there. They were like panicked on going B side, A side, B side. It seems like those conflicting calls. They just got shot, they just got caught in the middle, and FengDa just took full advantage of it. Like, they just poked them off from side to side, which was really sad to see. Like, you know, they could have easily hit A or B, but they just got caught in decision paralysis, it seemed to be, because they all were rushing B at one point. Then they suddenly just made a U-turn and went for A. So
yeah, I think
Housebets just got to make a decision and stick with it.
I think the key to that round was the fact that PSP manages to get 2 kills without any trade potential. If PSP goes 1 for 1 there, it's still not enough. Probably not expecting there to be loads of players in apps, but yeah, they're doing very well. I think it's certainly something that FengDa have seen as a potential opening into this Housebets T side. If they can keep control of apps, they've got really good bits of information, but right now they're having to send it out onto AR. The Aussies, 3GL, playing around triple box, trying to find frags. Does get one, can't flick for the second. He gets a Tech 9 in the face instead. PSP, try to rotate round from B, does not get a frag. Vision taking matters into his own hands. 3 versus 2. A rare one-man advantage in the late round for Housebets with the bomb down. And you start to wonder, are FengDa just going to call this one off? Are they going to concede this to 11-11 and make sure that they've got money down the stretch for these last few rounds of the half?
Gotta say, great work by Vision there. Tech 9 charges down, uses what the Tech 9 is meant to be used for, run at them with the Tech 9 and smash them. And then taking out PSP with the AWP, just quickly combat order, taking out the ticket player.
Oh, they're going
especially when they land the AWP. Look, they go for it.
Ninja?
See next time.
Got my
Did you
this!
get it?
Oh, no!
No, he's got no time. They took everyone out. As soon as I saw, like, he's got 1 second to defuse it, and there's 3 seconds to go.
I didn't want to be that guy, Josh, to say, oh, he doesn't have it, and then it ends up getting diffused. And I've got loads of Housebets fans in my DMs saying, oh, you gave me false hope. You know? 11-11, though, I mean, I think the key for FengDa there is that they keep Housebets' money in check. I mean,
yeah, but they blow up their own money.
Again, but they blow up their own money, yeah. Not a fan of that one at all. I don't think the value is there to make that play whatsoever.
Exactly, like, I don't think, I agree. Don't think the value is there. It's just like, you've blown up your own economy, which Housebets could get 12
off. This round, they're in big trouble now, purely because of that.
Yeah, they could have saved 2 weapons. There were free, it's 3v2. Henry's done this so many times, but he's been caught out this side of Big Buick. I think they're aware of it. He's done this twice in a row on the T side, so I think they're aware of it now. APOC trying to sneak through. Sports Buick, APOC he's snatched at it. Flashbang should kill him though. And Vision takes down Free Gel as well.
But look at this flank. Number 6 on the radar, Josh. But Chen King is trying to turn up for the squad before the flank's even relevant. 1 versus 3 for Vision. He's very capable. He's top fragging for his side right now, or joint top fragging along with PZ. He has time on his hands, but as I said, probably not going to be expecting this flank to come through. Elite makes it 12, and Housebets are in a world of trouble. Match point, series point, whatever you want to call it for the Chinese team in FengDa. Housebets it. Well, it's going to be bare bones, isn't it, Josh? Galils, AKs, just whatever you could afford. Limited util. And with the fact that U2 is going to be limited here, I would not be surprised if we see a fast execute.
Yep. I was expecting Housebets to have an inkling of a flank, potentially, given how FengDa were playing so passive. But I think they'll just, basically Housebets were thinking about, hey, it's probably a flank coming in, not a flank across being held. Instead, Vision's actually got a lot of territory early. He's actually even seen 2 players as well, but he's pressed the abort button. Not sure why. But he's got information on the 2 players on site. They got caught up. He didn't take a shot though, which I'm a bit surprised with, but maybe they just pressed the ball. He didn't want to give the Galil away for nothing.
Yeah.
He had no one really to trade. He'd trade him.
You don't want to give up the first kill of the round in the biggest round of the series. Now, I think if this match right now is like 8-8 or 5-5 or something like that, he goes for it. But it's the climate. It's the climate of the round. One mistake is amplified tenfold. And now, well, Housebets, they do have some information. They know that FengDa haven't really managed to gather much towards A, and they're going to start hitting towards B. They say it's now or never. 40 seconds left. PSP trying to dance under the windows here as he finds another in his crosshair. Quickly traded out. 2 versus 2. AWP on 3GL, but Chen King is the first man of call. But PZ's pulling out here. The bomb is going towards A. Look at number 8 on the radar. Drox is in a fantastic position to force OT. And is the pin going to drop for 3GL just yet? Yes, he turns. Knife out though. I don't know if he expects Drox to be so close. I think a few steps has actually been given. The audio cue to 3GL here. Shot goes missing. Drox trying to panic, trying to just tap away. And it's desperation mode for Drox. 1 versus 2. All on PZ with the Galil. And he needs to worry about this 3GL AWP.
Yeah, as well, PZ can't really peek into this. He has to peek into the fizz defuse there, but he could be peeking into it all. That's the worst part. So PZ is going to be pretty nervy trying to peek into this. Housebets here in a defuse again. We should take out the defuser. Oh, should be sprayed down. It should be the end. And Chain King is going to end at 13-11. And Housebets are going to be eliminated 2-0 to FengDa. And FengDa worked that 2v1 on a tightrope to make it 13-11. And commiseration to Housebets. FengDa just sew the needle and just make that comeback happen. What are you going to say about that, Wix?
That's the brutality of single elim brackets in qualifiers, and you don't come out as hot as you want in map number 1 on your own map pick. That is the flip side to it. That being said, give credit where it's due. FengDa, they came to play, and they've performed very well. Unfortunately, Housebets, well, they'd love to have the series back. It's just not their time, unfortunately. We've seen great spells from them. We just seen more from FengDa at the end of the day, and that is why you see FengDa with the crazy upset at a 2-0 scoreline. That being said, folks, we do have one more series on this C stream. Of course, we've got a ton of action across the board from Pro League Season 20.